mic. I'm waiting for Komal to give me the green light that we're live on YouTube, and then I'll get started. Oh, we're good to go? All right. All right, so welcome to the Brew Slam Awards presentation for 2024. This year's theme is Vegas, as you may or may not have seen. So big thanks, I have lots of thanks to go through, so. So the schedule for this presentation is I'll do an intro to the competition, give some overview of how it went, some stats. Everyone loves my stats, right? Then we'll have the presentation of the medals from our MC, Zach Weinberg of Toronto Brewing. Then I'll go through some of the major awards at the end, and then I'll do also a wrap-up. All right, so I don't normally have such a large captive audience, so I always try to take advantage to push people into knowing what GTA Brews is all about. So GTA Brews is our homebrew club here in Toronto. We have lots of things coming up in the near future. One of them is the homebrew advent calendar, which is being exchanged on Monday, November 25th. So if you're like me and you haven't bottled yet, that'll be tomorrow. We also have monthly meetings, usually happening on the second Monday of most months. This month it happens to be on the 4th because, you know, Brew Slam was happening around the second Monday. But our November meeting is happening on Monday at the same time as our Advent exchange. And then our December meeting is happening on our usual day, and that also happens to be our holiday party. And for the first time, we'll be going to Bickford Brewing for the holiday party. And Andrew is here with, I believe his beers are being poured. And Andrew's over there, give a wave. So everyone will be seeing Andrew in a couple weeks. And there's some pictures there. Oh, do I have a laser pointer? Oh, I have a laser pointer. So Dave, watch out. And if you're a local here, but also here as a guest and you haven't joined, please consider joining our club. We have lots of things going on to make it worth it for you. So here's some of the other things that we do. We offer subsidized Brew of the Year shipping for competitions across the country. We run seasonal competitions, which we are planning to hopefully bring back next year. We run bulk buys, bulk grain and hop, which easily makes up the cost of any membership, because you save more than $20 on just one mega grain. We have a club recipe database, which is available for members. So we have lots of, you'll notice a theme in the presentation and some of the medals, and James has been kind enough to indicate which ones are already available in the recipe database. So some of the winners are already using their proven recipes and still winning. We have a club rental equipment program. We have lots of educational and certification things going on, like BJCP exams, off-flavor classes. There was an off-flavor class that happened just this week. How many people of you attended that? Sorry for my phrasing. Yeah, actually, I wasn't there, but I'm just raising my hand to join in with the crowd. We have Learn to Brew happening on Canadian Homebrew Day every year, and for those who aren't aware, Canadian Homebrew Day is the first Saturday of June every year. We have club merch and lots of other things going on. So we do have a swag shop on our website, gtabrews.ca/swag shop. We do have glasses and last year's Brew Slam shirts. So the last year's Brew Slam shirts are currently on fire sale for $7.50. And then we have our fan favorite Rastel glass. You can buy one of them, I believe, for $15 or two for $25. And these are full wraparound. They look great. I use them every day. If no one is using them, I mean, they're great. So I guess it's right into thanking the sponsors. So our title sponsor for this competition is and has always been Toronto Brewing. So Zach is somewhere in the crowd. He will be up here soon. Oh, there he is. So huge thanks to Toronto Brewing and Zach for their continued support after 7 competitions, 7 Brew Slams now. We also have lots of other sponsors to thank. So our platinum sponsors, especially our venue sponsors here, Common Good is having us in their space. And so huge thank you to the Common Good. And we did the judging over at Lost Craft. So big thank you to Lost Craft for having us there. So if you happen to be stopping by their brewery, mention that you're thankful that they supported GTA Brews, and hopefully they'll have us back next year because that was a great space for judging. Some of our other platinum sponsors, Escarpment Laboratories and Brewha Equipment, Lallemand and Hops Connect, Kegland. And moving on to the gold sponsors, Brew HQ, Brewfather and Prudhomme, LD Carlson, Grain to Glass, The Electric Brewery, White Labs, Craftmeister, and Yeast Canada Innovations. Oh, and we have two more. Of course, Marcelo is here from Paniza Brewing. Marcelo did our beer shields, which was our volunteer gift this year. So huge thank you to Marcelo for doing that and spending so much time on his 3D printer. I can't imagine. So thank you, Marcelo. And we have also Innomalt sponsoring some malt. All right, some of the silver sponsors: 5-Star Northwest, Barn Owl, American Homebrewers Association, and Hopback Homebrew Supplies. Is Troy here today or no? If Troy is here, feel free to wave, or yeah, maybe not this year. Okay, but hi if you're on the stream. We also have, and then going down to bronze sponsors, we have Tilt, Beersmith, Y Yeast, Spike, Imperial Yeast, Growler Works, Beer Grains, Hop Bomb Apparel, Omega Yeast, Mississippi Mills Malting, BSG, and I'll give a special shout out to Hop Bomb Apparel for doing our crew shirts this year. They look great. I'm really looking forward to wearing it more because everyone loves the red and the heathered red that we got. All right, so a little bit about the competition. I love to share these numbers because it gives some insight into how we're doing year to year. So this year we had 558 registered entries, 552 of those paid, and then 539 of those showed up to be judged. And of those 539 that showed up to be judged, they represented 8 out of 10 Canadian provinces. I don't believe we had any territories this year. And we also have entries coming in from Arizona and Pennsylvania. So there were 140 individuals who submitted entries, and then it took 94 volunteers to get that whole thing judged. So I think there's a large part of the room here volunteered at some point of the competition. How many of you came out to help with the stewarding, the judging, the bottle sorting? And so a huge thank you to all of you for being there. That in all, that amounted to 60 judges, 23 stewards, and 14 crew members. The crew members are the ones wearing the red shirts walking around here. Most of them are here tonight. A few of them had prior engagements, but we thank them nonetheless. We had 32 award categories this year that were awarded, 7 judging sessions, and then this year I'm really happy to say that we dropped our entries per pair per session by a full entry from 6.9 to 5.9. So really great judging capacity this year. And we also had a huge jump in the amount of prizes that were donated by our generous sponsors. Last year we had around 15,000, and this year we have over $21,000 in prizes to be given out. And they're all sitting on the table or to be drop shipped or various other forms. So thank you to those sponsors that I just went through for helping make that possible. All right, so what's new in 2024? So one of the things that I'm really proud of this year is that we went to 100% digital score sheets. There's no more handwritten notes on your score sheets in our competition. So I'm super happy that that worked out. We also had a new judging venue at Lost Craft Brewing, and I already thanked them, but that worked out really, really well. We also have a new awards party venue here at Common Good, so a big thank you to Ajit and the team for having us here. We also had some really excellent food served to our judging volunteers. This is one of the things that we constantly focus on making attractive, because to get 60 judges to come out and judge all your entries, we have to put a lot of effort into attracting them, because we want to give them a great experience, feed them well, make them feel appreciated, so they come back and we can maybe judge more entries next year, or reduce the amount of entries that each judge has to judge so that they can spend more time on each score sheet. So we had some really great menu there, as you can see, the pork, the chicken, pasta bolognese. And our special guest this year was Fred Molnar. For anyone who's attended our judging over the last many years, you probably know Fred. But this year we were super happy to have Fred be our special guest. He sat at the table. Judges took turns judging beers with him. And he was leveraging his new Grandmaster 3 rank. It seems like he levels up his Grandmaster once a year these days. So big thanks to Fred for being here. I don't know if he's watching. Maybe he'll watch the recording. And we also have lots of huge prizes this year. And you'll see, and you can already see some of them down there. All right, so I love sharing stats about our competition. Helps to kind of give some insight into how things went. So entries per entrant, I have it going back 3 years here. So we had we did increase the cap this year to 10 entries per person, since it wasn't filling up quite as fast as we were expecting compared to previous years. Whatever that says about the status of homebrewing, I don't know. But the median was still 3 entries per person. And really interestingly, the mode, which is the most frequent number, not the average, but the most common number of entries that someone entered was 1, which is really interesting, because that means there's a lot of people potentially entering for the first time, entering the first, like one beer. So that's great. We also have score analysis. For anyone who doesn't know, Emily Story does these charts every year. She did them again this year. She does stats really well. I just kind of play off them and get to share them. So the average score and the most common score were both 33 this year. And you can see the standard deviation chart of the scores for all the entries. As you would expect, more of them are in the middle. All right, so participation. I love to track our participation year to year to see how our club is doing in terms of engagement, how Ontario is doing in terms of engagement. So we had a few more entries this year, so take that as it is, but the percentages are pretty good. GTA Brews increased the percentage of entries in the competition and maintained or slightly grew the percentage of medals won. And Ontario also did fairly well as well. 54% of the entries, a little bit down from last year, but maintaining the medaling percentage. So great job to everyone from Ontario as well. All right, so I like to kind of help people understand how the entries were grouped into award categories. So there's several places on the website where we've already linked what style mapped to which category. You'll see the full list on our website if you haven't already seen it. That's also in several of the emails I've sent out. If anyone doesn't know how to find it at this point, let me know. I can link you directly. But yeah, and you can see here on the screen, we have some really cool medals this year. I don't know if I have a slide for that, but I think that should have been listed under the improvements for this year. We got some really, really cool medals. We got custom ribbons. You'll see a bunch of the crew members are walking around with these medals already on them to thank them for all the time that they donated to the competition. We have and we have the enamel laid in to the medal. And as you can see it follows our Vegas theme, the poker chip theme. So big thanks to James for putting those together. I think I have a whole slide for James coming up in a couple slides. But to finish off the stats, so the popularity of categories, I always like to share what the most popular and least popular. You can figure this out by looking at the results in the end, but it's always interesting to see. So the most popular categories were pale malty beer and pale bitter beer. And then the least popular categories this year were Scottish and Irish ale and traditional mead. All right. Another great change this year, or another positive change this year, is that the average value of each medal, of the prizes that come from winning a medal, have gone up significantly. I believe last year we were around $70 to $75 for a bronze medal in terms of prize value, and that's up to 100 now. For silver medals, I think it was maybe 105 last year. It's up to 150. And gold medals, I think went from 180 or high 100s to over $240 average value of the prizes in the bags and allocated. So really great prize value. So everyone who wins a medal is going to be hopefully very happy. Like I mentioned, we had our volunteer gifts. That's the slide I didn't finish. Anyway, so we had our volunteer gifts. We have every volunteer gets a $20 gift card to Toronto Brewing. They get free access to empty bottles. And everyone knows how hard it is to find pre-delabeled bottles these days. So if you come volunteer for the judging or the stewarding, you're welcome to walk out with as many empties as you can carry. And we also have a lot of leftover beer at the judging. And we also had our commemorative beer shield made by Marcelo from Penizo Brewing this year, which, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's a judging tool that you can use to put on your glass and concentrate the aromas and then smell. I like judging tools, they're fun. I like openers. We've done a lot of these kinds of things over the years. And anyone who judges or stewards for more than 3 sessions or bottle sorts for more than 3 sessions gets a free ticket to the award ceremony. And what I was going to say is that out-of-town judges also get travel stipends. So anyone who's a certified, recognized or above judge, and they want to come in from out of town, if they judge a certain number of sessions, we will give them cash to help offset those travel costs, because we want to get as many qualified judges as we can. All right, so some fun pictures. So here's the lunch. Like I mentioned, we put a lot of time into our food. And also we usually have a lunch presentation on the Saturday. So here's Fred giving his lunchtime presentation. Here's a picture of me at bottle sorting. No one took any pictures of bottle sorting, so they're stuck with my selfies. Sorry. But you can see lots of organized chaos happening in the background. Bottles on tables, people stickering. That's always lots of fun. There were pictures taken of the judging, but I didn't get them in time, so you're also stuck with my selfie. But this was the Saturday afternoon session where I believe we had 41 judges seated at the table, which was a full like 10 or so judges seated on our Saturday afternoon session than last year. So great engagement from the judges this year. And some pictures from our judging also going around. You can see the laptop at the table with the flight summary sheet. You can also see our cellar master there, Kim, smiling after we finished moving all the entries. Bringing those all up the stairs was quite the effort. So here's a picture of Andrew and another judge judging with Fred, doing the speed dating type judging. And you can also see my judging whiteboard, which has been digitized in recent years, assigning people to specific tables. Yeah, Andrew and Monica, sorry. All right, so thank yous that I have to go through, that I'm excited to go through. So thank you to all the entrants from across the country, sent us their entries. Especially thank you to the local entrants, though. Maybe next time we can even get higher percentages. Thank you to all the judges. Tremendous dedication from all of them coming out and judging multiple days or all the days. Really great this year. Thank you to all the stewards who came out. You rose to the occasion. You kept things moving. Everything happened on schedule. I was really pleased. Thank you to all the bottle sorters who came out and helped sort all those bottles. And then, of course, we have Komal here doing our live stream. So if anyone doesn't follow Komal, you should follow him. He posts lots of interesting beers, mostly barley wines, I think. And you can also find his business, Overseas Video Lab, and his website there. All right, thank you to the Brew Slam crew. So we had an incredible competition. Thank you to the people who put it together, right? This is not a one-man show. This is not an Eric competition. This is a crew competition. So thank you to them who put it all together. We have Mr. KFC, James Kennedy, who does all of our branding. Anything that you see that has some design elements into it around here probably has James's fingerprints on it. Almost certainly has James's fingerprints on it. And especially these medals this year, which I'm really excited about. Thank you to Ron. I don't think Ron is here tonight, but Ron jumped in late in the game to help us pull everything together as a crew. So thank you to Ron. Daryl was a part of our sponsorship team. You got lots of great sponsors this year. So did Corey. Thank you to Corey for getting a really cool barrel. Someone's going to win. A lucky person's going to win. I think second or third year doing it. So thank you to Tina for continuing to do this. We have our Toronto Brewer of the Year, Wilmer, joining the crew this year. Last year's Toronto Brewer of the Year. We don't know this year's yet. Doing our social media and also getting a bunch of really great sponsors this year. Josh also doing social media and also getting lots of really great sponsors. I don't know why. What's so funny with the picture? Is radiating brewing prowess? I don't know. We have Dan over here. Dan is our registrar and also our lead sponsorship coordinator, allocating who gets what, making sure that everyone gets a good amount of prizes. So thank you to Dan for putting all that energy into that. Really appreciate that. We have our recently demoted cellar master, Jim, now the assistant cellar master. He was able to give it up after many, many years. I think he's thankful by that. Jim's been doing cellaring for us for a long time. Kim recently has now been promoted to the full-time cellar master. Hopefully Kim is somewhere around here. I think he's doing the door sign-ins or he's standing over there. But thank you to Kim. You saw him earlier standing in the cellar. We have Owner, was our head judge this year. That's him, yeah. And also doing a lot of our social media. So a lot of the polish that you see is between Owner and Dave and Josh and Wilmer and a bunch of other folks. I'm not very much a social media person. We also have our head steward, Bear. It's his birthday today, so he's not here. But big thank you to Bear for being our head steward. We have our assistant organizer, David Chang Sang. Many of you know him. I believe this was cleared with him. And then we also have myself, Eric, who's the competition organizer. Yeah. All right, so now we can move on to the fun part where we give out a bunch of medals, I believe. So our master of ceremonies today is Zach Weinberg, so Zach can start to make his way up. He's the owner of Toronto's premier homebrew store, Toronto Brewing. Everyone probably knows the store now. Homebrewer, BJCP certified judge, title sponsor, and yeah, I think we can, okay, and we should take our picture. And I always have to put this because people wander away. Medal winners, if you won a medal, please keep it on and be ready for a group photo at the end. We're going to take a group photo. Some of you on the stage, hopefully not all of you. And we use this photo to show how great the award ceremony is. So please don't leave until we get your picture with the group. All right. Okay, and we do have something fun that James added this year. So big thanks to James for putting the effort into making this improvement. Anyone who has the club, the heart, the suit, this club suit, that's the word I was looking for, thank you. Next to their name is a GTA Brews member. If it has a clipboard, that means the recipe's already available in the club recipe database, so that's gonna be interesting to see. And we also have a live medal counter added to the award slides. So you guys don't have to keep track on who won the most medals with your little clipboard or whatever. We will have a live tally going on who won the most medals. So that's really cool. All right, so the first category is light lager, so I'll hand it off to Zach, and he's going to start the awards.
Thank you, Eric. Give us a hand. Give Eric a hand. Before I begin, big shout out to Eric and all the organizers, everyone who he mentioned. Largest homebrew competition in Canada. One of the largest homebrew competitions in Canada. And yeah, so we'll basically go through all of these categories, BJCP, Beer Judge Certification categories. Each one of these is different in its own right, and we're going to talk to the brewers if we can about the secrets to unlocking a perfect lager or IPA. And we'll try and get some nice nuggets of wisdom out of these homebrewers. So we'll start with light lager. In third place, Chris Hughes. In second place, James Kennedy. Come on down. And in first place, James Kennedy again. Wow.
Yeah.
James.
I wanted one in every color, but
Shout out to James for designing these awesome medals and for taking the first two.
Yeah, why not?
Not rigged.
Not rigged at all. Yeah.
Talk to us about the Iowan Old Style.
It's an American lager, standard, 2-row, simple hops. There's not a lot to it. The secret is just leave it in your fridge for 4 months and let it actually lager. So I feel like the issue with lagers usually is you try to drink them too quick. Just leave it in the fridge. Forget about it. Drink something else.
All right. Awesome. Cheers.
Gold medal winning beer is already available in the recipe.
Yeah, that's right. The recipe's already there. So.
And the recipe is already there according to the iconographic clipboard.
And follow along with all the winners as you go. So.
All right, great. Number 2, Pale Malty Beer, 30 entries, sponsored by Little Beast Brewing Company. Third place, Ross Stewart. Second place, Wilmer. Come on down. First place, Paul Heslock. Wilmer, former Brewer of the Year. Talk to us about your Munich Hellies.
Well, this Munich Helles was, the first try was a Dortmunder for the last brewing standing on the club, but finished too high in the gravity. So yeah, I just finished too high, more sweet than should be. I just entry it's like more a Munich Helles because between Dortmunder, Munich Helles is almost the same grease of malt. So it's basically Pilsner, Munich. The yeast is the lager yeast from White Labs.
Cool. Awesome. Congrats. Defending Brewer of the Year. Category 3, Pale Bitter Beer, 34 entries, sponsored by Godspeed. I'm drinking too many Godspeed Dunkels right now. Honorable mention, Eric Pare. Third place, Rob Duff. Second place, Wilmer. Come on down. And in first place, Colin Green, the Green Machine. The Green Machine.
You have to read the entry name.
All right, I'll say the entry name. Both you guys, come on up, come on up. Wilmer, you got to come up for a picture.
Come on, dude. Oh, thank you, sir.
All right, Colin.
Don't make me do it.
I'm not going to make you do it. Hey, Dave, you can definitely fit a side pull on your Draft Tower Czech Premium Pale Lager. I had 2 of those Czech side pull taps, beers. They're delicious.
Well, thank you.
Talk to us about your entry. How did you do it? What's a nugget of wisdom for the rest of the homebrewers here?
Toronto water is amazing for making Czech lagers. You don't have to do much to it at all. Watch your mash pH, of course. You got to do a little bit of lactic, but decoction, of course. You don't have to do 3. 1 is probably enough. Good ingredients get you the rest of the way.
Very sweet. Cheers, my man.
Also, side pulls help.
Awesome. Rob?
Yep.
Talk to us.
German hops, process, and time. That's it. Just
This guy.
yeah, good process.
All right. Wilmer, talk to us a little bit about the German pills.
Well, this is the second try for the lab brew standing. So originally it was a Dortmunder, but yeah, through the competition, all the judges say it was more unbalanced or balanced to the hop side. So yeah, basically it was more a German pills at the end. Yeah, it's almost the same grease that the before, but finished very low, more hoppy. Yeah, to the decoction also. Yeah, it's a decoction 2 times, not 3, but.
Hey, Dave, wherever you are, you can definitely fit a side pull in your draft tower.
All right, guys. Cheers for the picture. Cheers, guys. Congrats. Decoction. It's a very romantic labor of love. All right. Amber Lager with 34 entries, sponsored by Common Good Brewing Company. In third place, Andrew with Toast the Captain Martin. Second place, Colin Green. Again. And in first place, David Ward with co-brewer Scott from the Cowtown Yeast Wranglers. Colin, come on down again. Come on down.
I need you to read the entry name out loud as well.
All right, talk to us about.
So reading the entry name again, Dave, even if you have to use duct tape, that side pull can fit. Is that what it's saying?
And there was duct tape.
There was duct tape. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So this one, I mean, the same thing. Quality ingredients, good process, a little bit of decoction goes a long way.
Double, triple?
Only single. Only a single decoction. Is it blasphemous? I don't know. But 3470, Toronto water, not much more. Gets you a long way.
The Green Machine.
Green machine at it again.
Congrats. All right. Number 5, Dark Lager with 15 entries, sponsored by Silversmith Brewing. In third place, Doug Charlish from the Cowtown Yeast Wranglers. Second place, Josh Davis. And in first place, Brad Hunt from Ottawa. Josh Davis, the man with the energy, the rays of energy. Talk to us about the Czech Dark Lager.
To be honest, I don't remember what the name of this beer means. I had a few beers, I put it into a translating program, and then I looked it up the next morning, and it means nothing. I have no idea. But I know I lagered this beer for a long, long time, so maybe that's the secret. Yeah.
Unreal. Congrats.
Thanks, man.
Hang on, picture time. Cheers, man. Awesome. Category 6, Bach with 9 entries, sponsored by Panisa Brewing. Give a shout out for Panisa Brewing. In third place, Tyler Miller from Arizona. Whoa. In second place, Chad Clay from Cowtown East Wranglers. Give him a shout. Foreigners. All right. 7th category, Pale English Ale. 15 entries, sponsored by Granite Brewery. In third place, Kevin O'Reilly from North Bay. Second place, Chad Kling from Van Brewers. First place, Brent Burgoyne from the Island Brewers Union. Cheers, guys. Congrats. 8th category, Scottish and Irish Ale, 13 entries. Third place, Shane. Come on down. Come on down. Second place, Wilmer. And in first place, Jordan from Ottawa. Cheers. Shane, talk to us about your Irish Red.
Yeah, that was my throwaway beer. I ran to Eric on the last day and I was like, yeah, I'll get my 9th entry in. It did not turn out anything like the previous batches that had won awards, but guess it wasn't that bad.
How did you come up with the name of the beer?
I just, laziness.
Wilmer, talk to us about your beer. How do you say that? Coco Viejo. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Talk to us about your Scottish export.
Well, this is a very, I like the Irish Red Ale, but this one, I use the Escarment Lab yeast, the Irish yeast. It's very fruity. So at the end, for me, it's more a Scottish sport than an Irish Red. So that is the main reason. But it's very, very similar grease that you can use for an Irish Red. But with that yeast, it's like more Scottish, finish more dry. So yeah, it's basically, could be in both. If yeah.
Wilmer tastes his beers and analyzes which category. Very smart.
Yeah. So that's a little nugget of information from Eric. Do you want to talk about that?
I was just going to say, Wilmer, you can hear Wilmer saying he's tasting his beers and analyzing them to determine which category to enter them and which category they fit best in, which is very smart.
Very smart. Very smart. Cheers, guys. Yeah, and cheers to everyone who entered beers. It's really a challenge to brew a beer, and you meant it to be a Scottish beer, but it turned out to be an Irish beer. And analyzing it and having the humility to say, I'm going to enter it in this category, or to say, I'm going to take a chance and enter in this category, and then come away with something. But either way, it's fun to judge. I was judging myself, and it's fun to taste all the amazing homebrew, and it's improving every year. Sometimes you try good stuff, sometimes bad stuff, but it's really cool to have several hundred entries of great beer across all these great beer styles. So cheers to you guys, and with that, one of my dude, I was going to talk about Pale American Ale and romanticize about it, but we'll get Shane up here. Shane, come on down. Sponsored by, you guys all know Pale Ale is my favorite beer. We don't need to go into it. All right, come on up, Shane. Town Brewing. These latkes are making me thirsty. And in second place, Brady McDonald from Battle River Brewers. And in first place, Casey Sott from Cowtown.
We will sing. We're going to sing.
Talk to us about the latkes.
Oh, that was the other throwaway beer. It turned out great. It was it was a partial mash beer, first time I'd ever done one. I liked it, entered it a few times earlier in the year. It got like mid-30s, did okay, never meddled. And then this was just one of those ones I threw in just to see what would happen. So I'm starting to sense a theme here.
How long have we known each other?
Oh God, we started playing in the Cunninghams in 2011.
We were in a band together.
Yeah.
13 years
He
ago.
brought his homebrew to our rehearsals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a drummer. So
He's a hell of a bassist.
I used to jump off the stage. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
jump off the stage later or something. We'll grab
My niece can take it. Yeah.
All right, congrats again. Hang on, one more picture, one more picture. All right, Amber and Brown American Ale, my second favorite. 14 entries. Third place, Tyler Miller. And Rick Pekakic from Arizona. Second place, Paul Lopez from the GTA Brews. Paul, come on down. First place, Corey Fletcher. Woo! Paul, how's it going?
Great.
Talk to us about your midlife Lamborghini.
Well, the name came from late night, few beers, and trying to figure out a name. Amber Ale, I always loved amber ale, especially in the fall. I kind of like a little bit of a balance there, a little sweetness. I kind of mash a little higher just to get some unfermented sugars in there, and then just try to balance it with hops. First time I ever entered. It was exciting. It's amazing. Yeah.
Coco, come on. Talk to us about we talked about the Cali Common at the Homebrew Con.
We did. You
Very
got
cool.
to try it, Cali Common.
Tell us about it.
Nothing but Northern Brewer hops, temperature control. Yeah, you guys got to enjoy it nice and fresh. Yeah,
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I remember trying that.
yeah,
Yeah, very cool.
awesome.
And you went to California, or you're going soon?
We went to Cali just last week.
How was it?
Fantastic.
What's your
The
favorite
coast
brewery?
is amazing. Third Window in Santa Barbara was amazing.
What was the best beer? You had a West Coast IPA there?
We had some West Coast IPA. Actually, they had really good Belgian Saison.
So,
Yeah, that's my favorite style.
Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Congrats again. Picture
Awesome.
time, guys.
There we go.
Sick. Congrats, man. Cheers. Cheers, guys. Awesome. 11th category, English Brown Ale with 8 entries. And in third place, Jim Bruce. Co-brewer Richard Bruce. Jim. In second place, Wilmer. Wow. And in first place, Francisco. Congrats. Wow. Jim, talk to us about Darkness Falls.
This is actually my first Brew Slam medal ever. I've been entering since the beginning. So my son and I have been looking for lower alcohol, tasty beers, and Dark Mild fits that category. This is actually based on one of Gordon Strong's recipes, and we've just modified it a little bit for availability of ingredients. A similar recipe finished out of the medals in the last Brew Slam, so this time around we switched yeast so it wouldn't dry the recipe out quite as much. So it left a little bit of sweetness that adds to it. Thank you.
Congrats. Talk to us about the dark side of the grain.
This is crazy, but is a homework from my course, a homebrew course that I did, and I love this beer. And I know people here you love it if could taste, but that's okay. I don't have any left.
You gotta brew it again.
Yeah.
Wilmer, talk to us about the British Brown.
Yeah, this British brown ale is, it's basically a British brown ale with Escarment House Ale dry yeast. Is a combination of Crystal 60, 120. But I think so with the British brown ale, not the secret, but to get a very good one is brown malt. The brown malt and also any British malt. So yeah, all British malt is make a difference.
And you find the escarpment house ale dry? That's a good like British ale type of yeast.
Well, that was the first time that I tried. I have used this recipe with another yeast, more the British yeast, but in this one, escarpment say that yeast is very versatile, so you can use very low or very high temp, and you will get more fruity or more clean. In this case, I use very high, like 20, 21 Celsius, so ester is there. Also, this beer is almost 1 year old. So yeah, I brewed this one the last year on December. So yeah, it's doing well for being too old. So yeah.
Amazing. Cheers, guys. Hang on, one more picture, one more picture. Oh, I almost fell off.
I want a picture with Jim too. No, Al. Yeah.
Congrats. Oh my God.
Okay, this plan is broken.
All right, we're just going to do them all at once. 12 Porter, 14 entries. Paul Lopez, come on down. Third place. Second place, Charles McKenzie from Winnipeg. And first place, John Van Oort from GTA Brews. Hey, congrats.
Thank you very much.
Talk to us about seasonal porter disorder. Hey, congrats.
Once again, late night, coming up with this name. Porter, I love porters. I had relatives in Denmark who introduced me to porters, and I fell in love with them. I love just how complex they can be. And the secret is just a lot of different malts, just layering, all the way down to the most bitter malt you can get, just to get that little, puckerness on the tongue. So yeah, it's about balancing, and that's what I try to do.
What's your favorite malt?
Well, our base malt, but I tend to push towards a caramel malt, like a caramel 80. Like I like a little more toffee in a beer like this. But it ranges from chocolate to Black Prince all the way. So yeah, so there must be like 6 different malts in this one.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you.
And John, talk to us about it's like Russian roulette when you place in the tropics or choose in style 9C.
Yeah, so this is actually a tropical stout that I brewed for Cask Dave's about 1.5 years ago. And that Cask Dave's was canceled. And so it's been sitting in bottles since then. And last year it won in tropical stout. So yeah, it's in the database as a tropical stout. And this year it's now won as Baltic Porter. And yeah, those two categories have a lot of overlap. And yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I changed the name. So.
It was Best of Show. I remember trying in Best of Show. You can have those back. It was a very, very good Baltic Porter.
Tropical stout, Zach.
It was a tropical stout left out in the sun, and he broke his capper on bottling day. That's the secret. All right, cheers, guys.
Cross my fingers the next slide isn't broken. Yes!
Speaking of beer, may I have another beer, please? Shane. Stout with 13 entries, sponsored by Bickford Brewing. Give us a shout out. Third place, Colin Green. with the sweet stout. Second place, David Chang Sang. Third place, Brady McDonald from Battle Rivers. Call in, call in, call in. Colin, talk to us about your lactose intolerant.
This is a beer I've been doing for a long time. It's probably the first beer that I ever brewed that made me realize, oh my God, I can make good beer. It's a left-hand milk stout clone I pulled off the internet. And yeah, I brewed it like back in 2018, nailed it, and it really was just an aha moment for me. So it's been a golden goose for me in a way for a long time. And glad to see it still kicking.
What's the secret? So you're making a stout, you're adding lactose, any other secrets? What yeast do you use?
What yeast? That one would just be Cali Ale yeast.
Cali Ale.
Yep.
All right. Cool. David Chang Sang. Talk to us about Monty's Moxie.
This is an Irish extra stout that really started out as a tropical stout. So it didn't get as far as I wanted it to be for a tropical stout, but the way that it tasted, I took it to the structure tasting in the club, and suggestion was that this would probably fit into that style, right? And it was clean. It's a clean beer, good beer. Just wasn't what I wanted to brew, but it still came out a decent beer. So.
Amazing.
Huh?
You got to push it all the way.
Push it all the way, Eric. You can do it, buddy. Here you go.
All right.
One more.
One more.
Here you go. All right.
Cheers, guys. Thank you, Shane. God bless you. Bickford Brewing, thanks for sponsoring. Category 14, Strong Stout, 8 entries, sponsored by Rouge River Brewing. In third place, Paul Eslop. Come on down again. He's in Cowtown. Come on down. Second place, David Chang Sang. Come on down again. First place, Mike Vandervoort. Don't tase me, bro, wherever you are.
Unfortunately, he had a prior engagement.
David Chang Sang, Ode to Monty Imperial Stout. So did you age this Imperial Stout? How old was the stout when you put it in?
Yeah, the stout was probably about a little bit more than a year old, right? Like I had brewed it last year, I think August, and it was still pretty hot. These were my last 2 bottles, and I thought I waited and I tasted it as I went along, and it got better and better, obviously, as it aged. So I figured we'll put it into the strong stout category, and it medaled.
Things get better with age, don't they, David?
I think so.
Congrats again.
Picture.
Right.
We're good.
Awesome. 15 classic IPA with 16 entries, sponsored by Great Lakes Brewing. In third place, David Fournier from Ottawa. In second place, Joel Grandmaison from GTA Brews. And in first place, Josh Davis. Come on down. Wow. Josh Davis with the little Mr. T starter kit over here. All right, talk to us about your American IPA.
Odysseus was an ancient Greek hero who famously got lost on his way back from the conquest of Troy. And he got himself into a lot of trouble and got himself out of it with a lot of little tricks. And so with this beer, I used all the little tricks I have in my tool belt for IPAs. I used hop extract, I used whole cone hops, I used oxygen-free transfers, the whole shebang, and it paid off.
Your own whole cone?
No. Yeah. Not there yet.
Talk to us about the extract. What's a little nugget of wisdom?
That was my first time using it. We got it actually at a GTA Brews meeting the month before, I believe, at Rorschach. Yeah. And I think I only put like 2 milliliters in, which is equivalent of like 2 ounces of hops. but it gave it a little kick. Yeah, flavor, not bitterness. That's right.
Cool. Awesome. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
Amazing. Cheers, man. Category 16, Hazy IPA. 20 entries, sponsored by Reinhard Brewing. Hazy IPA. Let's just talk about Hazy IPA. This is a tough beer to homebrew. One oxygen molecule will spoil your beer and turn it purple. It's a very finicky beer to brew. So it's one of the, aside from like light lager, it's one of the hardest to brew technically. And you've really got to be on your A game, and it's really got to be like this bright, golden, dank, hazy IPA, no room for error. Judging is vicious. So cheers in advance to the winners. And the third place winner, Wesley Dane from Cowtown. Congrats. In second place, Andrew Ford from Cottage Country. And in first place, Cameron Norton from Van Brewers. Andrew Ford. CMS, Hazy IPA. Talk to us about it. Congrats, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. My theory is just keep it simple, as counterintuitive as that sounds, with so many steps being involved in making this beer. This beer is on the recipe list for GTA Brews if anybody wants to look. I will have a simplified version of it because the one that I had actually gave the group was in the heat of the summer, and I don't have temperature control, which is actually maybe a great way of doing a hazy, but more to come, folks.
Citra Mosaic Simcoe?
It is, but I had some help from Mr. Colin Green on this one, so it could be considered Colin's magical suggestion.
Cheers, Andrew.
Thank you.
Specialty IPA, 13 entries, sponsored by Third Moon Brewing. In third place, Mike Powell from GTA Brews. Is Mike here? Name sounds made up too. Second place, Jerry Serzia. Co-brewer, Mark Kamarchuk, GTA Brews. First place, Andrew Ford. Come on down. I'm Jerry. I'm Jerry. Come on down.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Talk to us about this Summer Solstice Rye IPA.
It's been a beer that somebody last year gave us a suggestion that said, make what you like and perfect it. So we've been working, this is probably 4 years in the works. It's meddled pretty much every time we've done it. We just can't seem to get it to that first.
You gotta take him out.
So
Hey, just give a little elbow. Talk about this same beer from the last category.
Hey, yeah, there isn't much to add, you know. I encourage everybody to check out the recipe and feel free to have at her, right? So.
Awesome. So talk to us about dry hopping. How do you single dry hop, double dry hop? Oxygen, yeah, of course oxygen free.
There was 3 dry hops.
3?
Yeah, one just kind of the end of fermentation, and then 2 more after that. If you have the ability to dump after the biohop, right? Yeah, I don't know. Soft crash is the other one. So soft crash, fermented around 18 to 20. Soft crash to 13 after primary fermentation, and then do your dry hops. So. Yes, cool. Yeah. A good solid hard crash if you can, and I can only do that in the wintertime. So those will be the adjustments on the recipe if I can.
Wow, there you go. From the horse's mouth. All right, congrats. Cheers, guys. Awesome, congrats again. Category 18, wheat, and rye beer. 19 entries. In third place, Karsten Wheatmeyer, GTA Brews. Second place, Senku Lee. And in first place, Leif Bogwald. Karsten with the wheat beast. How's it going?
Good, how are you, Zach?
Good. Talk to us. American wheat beer, so it's like a hoppy wheat beer?
It's the American wheat beer, okay. No. Yeah, no, I had 2 or 3 wheat beers in there, like a Helles, a dark, and then, well, you move the categories together. American wheat beer, I think it's been pretty old. Must have been my last bottle because Eric asked us to put in as many entries as we can, right? I don't remember too much, but really just basic ingredients. Nothing fancy, really.
What kind of yeast?
I'm trying to remember. I think the one that is recommended. I don't know the name. So, no. So I don't have a lot of memories about it. It's been probably a year ago. So, honestly, yeah.
Thanks, Carson. All right. Category 19, Belgian and French Ale with 22 entries. In third place, James Heiner from Cowtown. Congrats. Second place, Corey Fletcher. And in first place, Mike Vandervoort. Congrats, man. Corey Fletcher. Corey, good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
I just spilled. Fletcher's Saison. What Saison yeast did you use? Like, was it at a certain temperature? Give us something, man.
Yeah, this is a French Saison from Escarbon Labs. Temperature control started off slow and then ramped it up and held it hot, about 82 Fahrenheit, for a week and a while. And really happy with this one. It's also rather fresh. The judges try and get fresh. I'd love to see how it ages. Yeah. This one had, everything I do is bottle conditioned. This one I accented it with spelt. So it's a kind of a spelt Super Saison. And looking forward to see how it ages.
Super Saison.
Yeah, Super Saison.
What's a Super Saison?
7% plus.
Oh,
yeah, so
all
I was
right.
pushing the limits on it.
Okay.
And it must have been those hot temperatures. Yeah.
Amazing, man.
Yeah. Awesome.
Sick.
There we go.
I'll take your hand. Congrats
All right.
again. Cheers. Category 20, Belgian Strong Ale with 20 entries. In third place, Paul Heslop from Cowtown. Come on down. Just kidding. Second place, Josh Davis. Come on down, not kidding. In first place, two-time. Wow. Mr. D. All right, talk to us about the deep navel first.
This may be TMI, but I have a particularly deep belly button.
Show us.
I've never found the bottom of it. I don't know what's down there, and frankly, I'm terrified to find out. But it's dark, and so is this beer. So, this is a beer that aged for, I would say, 2.5 years before I put it in, and it paid off.
Wow, amazing. And your first place beer, Belgian Dark Strong. You won first place.
Oh yeah, true. Thanks for the reminder. Ungoliant's Laurel. And so in J.R.R. Tolkien's origin story of the Lord of the Rings universe, this is ultra nerdy. before there was a sun and a moon, there was 2 trees of light. One of the trees of light was called Laurelin, and Mongolian it was this like evil spider that sucked all the light out of the tree. And I named it this because this beer drinks light, just like the spider did, and it's super, super dark. So,
My precious. One beer to rule them all. We already have like 5. Cheers. Category 21, strong ale with 11 entries. Do it again. Corey Fletcher in 3rd place. Come on down. 2nd place, David Ward with Scott. And 1st place, Cowtown. Congrats, guys, if you're watching. Corey Fletcher, come on up. Xmas barley wine, English barley wine. Hey, congrats again. Yeah, good to see you again. So talk to us about the English barley wine. What percentage? How was it aged? What yeast did you use? How did you get it so mellow as a barley wine with the high alcohol percentage?
Yeah, okay. This one, first attempt at English barley wine. This one was over 12%. It sat in an oak barrel that I have for 6 months, and it's been bottled for over a year. And it took that long for public consumption because it was really hot.
Yeah.
But I think it's starting to smooth out now.
Yeah.
Windsor Ale yeast, Maris Otter base. And yeah, we'll see what it tastes like in a year from now.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Cool. Congrats again.
Thanks so much.
Cheers, man. Wow. Category 22, Brett Beer with 8 entries. Sponsored by Chang Sang Estates Brewery. 3rd place, John Sobiera, GTA Brews. Come on down, John. In 2nd place, Francois Tardif. And in 1st place, Victor North. Victor's not here, but cheers, Victor. John, congrats.
Thanks, dude.
How's it going?
Doing well.
Talk to us about the Brett beer that you made. What kind of Brett? How long did you age it?
Okay, what kind of Brett? I got from Bootleg Biology, I think it was the Funk Weapon number 3. And I think the thing with this beer is just aging, and I think everybody who's ever brewed Brett probably says this, just catching the right curve. It changes so much month to month. And at this point, I guess it was pretty good.
Cool. Congrats. Cheers. One more picture. Category 23, sour beer with 13 entries. Sponsored by Overseas Video Lab. In 3rd place, Sean O'Donnell, Ottawa's Homebrew Club. 2nd place, Justin Ross, co-brewer Justin G. And in 1st place, Frank the Tank, with his Flanders Red. Is Frank here? Frank's not here. He's from Quebec. Cheers, Frank. All right, great category. Category 24, specialty wild and sour beer with 15 entries, sponsored by Burdock Brewing. In 3rd place, Dom Labre from Ottawa's Homebrew Society. In 2nd place, Andrew and Chris from Edmonton. And in 1st place, Albert Tabrak from Montrealers. Albert. Ça va, Albert?
Hey.
How's it going, man? Congrats.
Thank you very much.
Talk to us about your fruit lambic.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so it's a blend from a bunch of carboys that's in my mom's basement, and I added some just frozen dark cherries to it, and a spice called meleb, which is used in Middle Eastern pastries, so it has like an almond-like quality to it. Yeah, and the name comes from a rock climb in Kentucky, Red River Gorge, so that's where I get that from. But I really enjoy lambic beer, and I thought this one hit the mark for me.
Wow. Talk to us about this Maleb.
Oh, yeah. So it took me a while to find it, but I was looking for something to add, like in Belgium, when they use cherries, they often throw the pit in, and it adds some character to it that is like a bit like almond. So I was searching how I could reproduce that in a weird way, because I didn't have cherries that had pits in it. So I looked online, and there's a spice that's made out of cherry pits, and that's where all of it came from. It took me a little while to find. I had to go to lots of different stores to find. Eventually, I found it. It was in like, I'm from Montreal, so it was there, but it was like a kind of Eastern store. So it's a little packet. A little goes a long way. I bought 2. I forgot to put in the other one. It is very strong. I'm glad I only put the 1.
Wow, unreal. Congrats.
I had all this good beer.
Yeah. Cheers. Category 25, fruit beer with a monstrous 27 entries, sponsored by Panisa Brewing. Third place, Chris Hughes. Congrats. Oh, sorry. Honorable mention, no third place. Sorry, buddy. Third place, Scott Sterling from True Grist. Second place, Matt King from GTA Brews. And in first place, Steve Shaw from Winnipeg. Congrats. Oh no, again. Tina, come on down. And Tyler and Wesley, congrats on your medals from the Hosers and Cowtown. Tina, Tina, Tina. Smoky Jack Autumn Seasonal Beer. Sponsored by Radical Road. Talk to us.
So if anybody's ever had Pumpkin by Southern Tier Brewing, the Imperial Pumpkin Beer, this was inspired by that. It's like a 10.5% pumpkin beer. This, I think, landed at 8.5. And I also wanted it to emulate like the jack-o'-lantern smoky smell you get at the end of Halloween. So threw a tiny bit of smoked malt in there as well, caramelized some pumpkin with sugar, cinnamon, spices, and came out with an award-winning beer.
What kind of smoked malt? Like a Roush malt or like a cherry wood?
So it depends what I can get. I've made it 3 years in a row, and each year it's been different. This year it was oak.
Very nice.
Yeah, cherry's been my favorite so far, though.
Cherry wood?
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Cheers. Category 27, smoke flavored and wood aged beer. I often think that they should separate these into smoke and then wood aged. That's just me. The County Cooperage is sponsoring. And I love smoked beer. And in third place, Chad Kling from Van Brewers. In second place, Miguel and Zach Weinberg and Tucker. And in first place, Eric Perry. Miguel, one smoko to rule them all. Miguel.
Zach.
Congrats, man.
Thanks, you too, man. This is sick.
So I brewed this with Miguel. Miguel had just come back from Germany and brought back some beer and recipes from Weiermann in Bamberg.
Yeah.
Talk to us about this beer.
Yeah, just go to Bamberg, snag a recipe book, screw it up, and you're guaranteed second place.
All right. Congrats to both of us. Hey, how's it going? Congrats on your quad-ailers.
Yeah, it's a collab from all of our club. We purchased our first, like in 2022, we purchased our first like oak barrel. It was a bourbon barrel, so we aged the first one with the Emperor Stout, which you can taste. It's in the back, and this one was the second one. It's a quad, so yeah, it's a 10% beer, aged for like 6 months in the oak barrel, and then aged maybe in 1 year and a half. So yeah, it's coming like really great. But yeah, it's a club effort. It's with 12 brewer, but yeah, it's. I will suggest to try it out. It's there.
To the Montrealers, cheers, guys.
To the Montrealers. Yeah.
I'll hold the mic.
And then Mike. And then this. You want me to hold this? All right.
That's crazy.
Congrats, amigo.
I'm just glad you left the show.
I love smoked beer. I once brewed a smoked IPA. I thought I could add Beechwood smoked malt to an IPA with like Centennial hops, so it'd be like pineapple ham, and it tasted like boot. It was terrible. No smoked IPAs. Don't brew that. Specialty beer, 16 entries, sponsored by Rorschach. In third place, Paul Heslop. Come on down. Just kidding. Second place, Steve Shaw from Winnipeg. And in first place, Andrew and Chris from Edmonton. Congrats, y'all. Congrats, y'all. I will chug my beer in support of the Cowtown, Winnipeg, and Edmonton homebrew clubs. Let's give them a hand. Thank you, Shane. Category 29, traditional cider, trad cider, 6 entries. In third place, Sean O'Donnell from Ottawa. In second place, Alex Benjamin and James McIntosh. First place, Alex Benjamin, James McIntosh. New World Cider. Alex. Alex Benjamin, the Duke of Duxbury, and Macintosh single varietal. Macintosh, my favorite apple.
It's a good one.
Great apple. Congrats. Thank you, sir. Talk to us about the cider. Did you press the apples yourself? What yeast did you use? How do you do it?
So the Macintosh is just juice. I was just fermented with like champagne yeast. But the Duke of Duxbury was actually kind of a little project I did with one of my coworkers. They have some old world cider apple trees growing on their property, so we pressed that last year and bottled it up this year. It tastes pretty good, so back sweetened a little bit, but that's all we did to it, and just entered it in. Yeah.
And you use cider yeast like EC 118?
Yep.
And sometimes that goes like pretty dry. What's your like fermentation technique? Any secrets or anything?
Climate controlled, like 15, 14 degrees C. You kind of let it age on the lees.
Low and slow.
Yeah, baby, that's the way to do it.
All right. Cheers. God bless you. 3 quads. 4 quads. 4 quads. Specialty cider, category 30, 17 entries, sponsored by Conjure Brewing. Third place, Alex Benjamin, co-brewer Dan Pardo. Second place, John Van Oort, And in first place, Tracy Watson. Is Tracy here? Alex. Dan's Wild Raspberry. All right, talk to us.
One of my buddies kind of just messaged me saying he had a bunch of wild raspberry bushes growing on his property, and he picked them for me. Basically told me to use whatever, like do whatever I want with them. So bought a juicer, juiced them, pasteurized the juice, and back sweetened cider with it. Added some sugar to boost up the sweetness, and that's kind of it.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Did you freeze them first?
Yeah, they were frozen for about like 4 months in the freezer until I figured what I was going to do with it. And this competition was coming up. I was like, all right, I'll make a wild raspberry cider. So.
And you put it in secondary?
Yeah, back sweetened with it. So fermented first, aged the cider, and then back sweetened with the juice after.
Excellent. John, what's the name of your beer?
All right, partner, keep on boiling, baby. You know what time it is. So the name actually describes the production process for this. So this is a Quebec style of cider. It's called fire cider. So traditionally it's made by boiling down apple juice on your maple syrup making rig. I don't have a maple syrup making rig. I just boil it all day long on my stove. So it's really just put a bunch of apple juice in a pot, boil for like 8 hours. Add a little bit of base because that gets pretty acidic once you concentrate down the malic acid, and yeah.
You boiled for 8 hours.
I don't remember how long I boiled, Zach. I was boiling a long time.
Rumor has it he's still boiling right now. Congrats, guys. Awesome. Cheers. This quad is really good, by the way. Where's this quad from? Montrealers. Really? Cheers to the squad. Cheers to the squad. Category 31, traditional mead with 5 entries. In third place, Trevor Murray from Ottawa. Cheers, buddy. Second place, Christopher Banner from Edmonton. And in first place, Christian from True Grist. Christian. Congrats. Wildflower traditional.
Yes.
What's that all about?
So I have a really good friend, beekeeper, that's like 10 minutes outside my house, Kitchener. I've been buying his honey for years. Fantastic honey. I use it in pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think I used DA47 yeast for that one. A little bit,
yeah.
A little bit of nutrients and time. And actually, that's actually not even that long. That's quite young. That's, I think, only 6 months old.
Wow.
For a mead, like,
yeah.
Came out pretty good.
Cool. Cheers. Awesome. Category 32, specialty mead, which is made with honey, 21 entries. In third place, Eric Kuzno. Woo! Possibly rigged, possibly rigged. Rigged himself a bronze. Second place, Andrew Ford, co-brewer Anonymous. And in third place, Trevor Murray from Ottawa. Eric, come on down. Eric. There is mead. Talk to us about Megalomediac.
It's brewed in 2018, I believe. It was a black currant and blackberry mead using Costco bulk honey.
What yeast do you use?
I believe that was 71B, the champagne yeast.
Okay.
Good. How are you doing?
Good to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you, Zach.
And specialty mead, a pancakes dream date.
Who's anonymous?
So I don't
Or is
know
it
who anonymous is, and so I have no comment on how this is made at all. Sorry, folks. As soon as I can find out, I will let you know.
Okay.
And we were just saying comments about rigged.
Okay. Congrats, guys. Winners in the recipe database, 13213. We'd love to add your winning recipes to our club database. If you want a medal, give us your recipe. We deserve it. We need it. We will make it our own. No, but on a serious or non-serious note, doesn't matter what the note is, it's cool to share your recipes as a home brewer. You know, Pliny the Elder, Russian River, one of the greatest IPAs of all time, Vinny Salurzo from the brewery published the homebrew version of the recipe. So any home brewer, I think it's just in the spirit of homebrewing to provide your recipe, and it's fun to have other people brew it. And these people, such as Josh Davis with his rays of brewing energy, he's, you know, your double is online, Josh? The double's online. And the ION Old Style, it's online. And Smoko, Rausch Beer, it will be online. Give them a hand. Give them a hand for the people who put their recipes online. All right. Ooh, best of show. So all of these beers are judged over 3 days, over 7 sessions. There's me. And so all of the first medal winning beers, one from each category. There are 28 categories, and they're all put on one, you know, several sheets of paper in front of you, and you have all of these beers, the best 100 entries. These were the best ones, and then you and several other judges, national grandmaster, you have to determine which are the best beers in this entire flight. It is excruciatingly difficult. It's vicious, it's ruthless, and it's the most fun you could possibly have. And so, you know, to everyone who got a gold medal, congrats, but these are the top 3 beers in the entire competition. And one honorable mention. You get some big time gifts if you win any of these medals. The best of show wins Spike Conical. Toronto Brewer of the Year wins Spike Conical. First place wins Kettle. Second place wins a ton of other stuff, $100 gift card, Rap Hill, big bag of grain for the third place. And really, it's about immortalizing yourself in the pantheon of great homebrewers. So, honorable mention, John Van Oort, come on down. In third place, Frank with his Flanders Red. In second place, Albert Tabrak with his Fruit Lambic. And in first place, Mike Vandervoort with his Saison. Congrats, do not tase me. Albert and Frank and John, come on down. Frank's not here. Congrats.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Where's John? Where's John? Come on down. I fought for the Baltic. I really fought for it. But it's a democratic system. But if it was electoral, my vote would have counted more, and you would have maybe ousted Mike Vandervoort, who isn't here, so I can say that. Anyway, on what it took to make this excellent fermentation.
Cool. So something else that went into this, my recipe, it's just the rare barrel blonde that I did for the base. I do now, and so most of that beer that was in there was mashed, the funny mash with the tea.
Funny mash.
Turbid mash, thank you. And by the way, your sour beer was very good earlier, thank you very much. And because Frank's not here right now, he's actually in, I think, he's in Montrealers still. So, yeah. So, good job, Frank. I'm watching out for you. And
we're putting his points into.
So I really appreciate this. I work hard on this one, and I love sour beers. It's just nice to see sour beers getting a bit of hype. So thanks so much, guys.
Cheers. And John, talk to us.
Well, I mean, I don't really have much to add on that one. I will say I had the pleasure of judging that Flanders Red at the sour table, and I have no qualms about it taking me out of Best of Show. That was a really fantastic Flanders Red.
Very good. And your Baltic Porter, are you going to make a Baltic Porter after this?
No, I'm just going to keep re-entering bottles from that same batch year after year.
Amazing. Cheers, guys. You ought to stand for the picture. You take the mic. Take the mic.
Hold on. I will give it to Eric.
The mic. I think my job is done here. Is there another slide? What do you want me to say to this? More major awards. Former club pres. Eric, come on up. Give it up for Eric. Give it up for Eric.
I'm like a vampire. You have to invite me onto the stage. Okay, so we have some more awards to hand out. Very excited. But thanks again to Toronto Brewing for being our MC, for being our title sponsor, for being a huge supporter of GTA Brews and everything we do. Please visit them online, visit them in person, torontobrewing.ca or at 3701 Chestwood Drive in the back. You'll find them. Everyone's probably been there. Behind California Sandwiches. Everyone here has probably been there at some point. I'm not going to shame anyone who hasn't, but I was tempted to. Okay, all right. So thank you, Zach, for coming up here doing this for the 7th time, I think.
Do you want me to get off? Or?
You can go drink. Or you can stay. I'm not going to.
Stay.
Okay, all right. So Toronto Brewer of the Year. I believe I have a picture from last year. Yep, so last year, we have a picture here last year, Wilmer and Zach. And Tucker. Wilmer was last year's Toronto Brewer of the Year. I think at this point people probably know who it is if they've been counting along with the medals, but hey, maybe people weren't paying that close attention, so let's find out. All right, so Toronto Brewer of the Year is awarded to the GTA Brews entrant who has the most medal points. This year they are going to win a prize equivalent to $1,280 of retail value, featuring the Spike CF5, which has been donated by Toronto Brewing to the Toronto Brewer of the Year. There we go. Yes, that should be up here at this point. We also have a Prud'homme gift card for their level 1 online course, Rap Pill, and so much more. All right, so let's find out who won. So third place, we have a tie between Colin and Corey. That's 6.01 points each. Second place is Wilmer. And first place is Josh Davis with 10 points. It's crazy. I don't have medals for this. We have the Toronto Brewer of the Year barrel head. Just hold it by the wire. So if you want to come up on the stage and stand around the conical, that also won. Oh, okay. All right. Let's bring it down. Sorry. You guys want to bring it down and have it as part of the picture then? Can we bring it down? Yeah, but we can. Here, let's bring.
Wow, that's
You got to have a picture with the
nice. Thank you.
Congratulations,
Nice.
Josh.
Congrats.
Josh joins the trophy, which has been going back to 2015, and his name will now be Toronto Brewer of the Year for 2024. So Josh, don't go too far. We have another award to give out. And for anyone everyone's probably been keeping track using those medals, right? So Josh won 10 medal points, so I think it's known he's won the Jon Mains Award, but I'm going to introduce the award anyways. So this award is meant to honor Jon Mains, who passed away in June 2018. He was a very active member of the GTA Brews and a very active competitor on the Brewer of the Year circuit. He served as co-head steward back in Brew Slam 2017. I think he would have been 2018, but obviously things happened. So we have some pictures here of Jon winning, and I believe winning a ton of medals that year, the previous year. So we have some previous, so this year we have created a Jon Mains Award trophy, which is here. And this was Jon's keg. It's not just a random keg. Anyway, so James and Bear and Dave and a whole bunch of other folks have put tremendous effort into making a meaningful Jon Mains Award. And unfortunately, Rosalind, Jon's mom, is normally here to help award it with us. She's fine, but she's just traveling out of country right now, and she wasn't able to be here. But I believe she is very excited that we have a trophy this year. So I'm happy that we were able to make that happen. And we have, the way this is going to work is we have custom stickers following the Brew Slam theme of each year made for the winner of that year, and they are going to go on the keg. Dave is holding them right now. One of them will go on the keg. The remainder will go to the person. They can do with it what they wish. And the plan is to keep the keg, I haven't told Zach this, at Toronto Brewing on display. So that way the winner, whoever they are, wherever they are, it will still be a local trophy. Because the winner does not have to be local. You can see the winner of the first year was Alex from Langley, BC, from Van Brewers. So this is the winner of the most medal points total in the competition. So here was last year, Wilmer winning, along with Jon Mains' mother and myself. All right, so the Jon Mains Award for Top Brewer, awarded to the top overall entrant with the highest medal points of all the beer categories. And we have a sticker here, the big one that goes in the front that talks about the award. And the winner for this year will win a Brew HQ Philometer, wrapped pill, and much, much more. So third place, we have a tie between David Ward and unknown name. Sorry, I think that's my fault. I don't think it's actually a tie. I think I just forgot to remove the word tie. Sorry. I believe David fully won third place. Paul Heslop won second place, and Josh Davis won first. So congratulations to Josh. Here's your trophy. We will sticker it up today, I hope, before you leave, and we'll get a good picture of the stickered up keg, including all the other stickers from the previous years.
Everyone chug your beer for Jon Mains. Cheers.
Mine's down there.
John.
And there's this year's sticker. I didn't want to put it on the other slide.
That's cool.
But we could have.
That's awesome.
So come on up, hold the keg, get another picture. This one, I will move the conical back to the side. It is a very cool prize, but it is not the prize of the moment. Congratulations. All right, so one more award. I was thinking we should start giving prizes somehow for the top club. I don't know what that would look like. I don't think it's an award that people typically give out. Maybe we'll think about what to do about that for next year.
Maybe the former president should get a new car.
I like that. The former president should get a new car. Awarded to the top overall club with the most medal points in the competition. So 4th place was Van Brewers. 3rd place was the Ottawa Homebrew Society. 2nd place, Cowtown East Wranglers. And 1st place, GTA Brews.
Congrats, man. Congrats to you.
Congratulations to everyone from GTA Brews, especially the folks who have been putting all the effort and time into having the shipping happen on the Brew of the Year circuit this year. Corey, David, Dan, I believe a whole bunch of Dan, and Corey, I said Dan, and the other Dan as well. Sorry, can we take one more with me not talking?
My knees.
You're not that old.
I'm almost as old as Bear.
Okay, all right, so I usually have this slide to help ease the pain or, I don't know, ease the celebration of anyone who didn't medal. So keep in mind, this is a Brewer of the Year circuit competition. There's entrants entering this competition from across the country, incredible brewers. Many of Canada's most hardcore homebrewers are entering this competition. Keep in mind as well that scores are out of 50, but any score over 30, over 35 is a fantastic score. Like I said, the median score of the competition is 33, so if you scored over that, you're scoring better than the majority of people who entered. And also keep in mind that when you log into your profile on the software, if you didn't medal, you may see a mini BOS check mark checked, which tells you that you were this close to winning a medal, especially in the larger categories. It doesn't come with a prize, but it helps give you some additional feedback. All right, so where do you get your score sheets? So please log into your profile on brewslam.gtabrews.ca. Each entry should have a sheet icon next to it. Click these icons, you'll obtain the score sheets. They look like this. And then as well, if you got your beer judged by Fred, you have an additional icon show up, which was a PDF we uploaded. All right, thanks for listening. Score sheets will be available on your participant profile once I get back to my laptop and enable it. I hope to see all of you at future GTA Brews events. Enjoy the rest of the party. And if you're a medal winner, please make your way to the front. We would like to get a medal winners and crew picture. So please come to the front. David will set his timer. He will also be in the picture, don't worry. And Zach should be in the picture. So medal winners, please come to the front. And I think that's all I have. So thanks for listening. We'll close off the live cast and we'll work towards getting our picture taken. No one's coming towards me, which means they're scared or they're waiting for me to stop talking. I don't know. All right, anyone wearing a medal? Anyone wearing a red crew shirt? Anyone named Zach? Ajit too, if Ajit's still here. We'd love to get a great picture showing how many people won medals. Ajit, you want to be in the picture? Ajit's laughing, maybe he doesn't want to be in the picture. You want to come in the picture, Ajit? You can come on in. Yeah, you. If your name is Ajit and you're co-owner or owner of Common Good, come up and take the picture with us.